Today, I am finally going over the Officer, a character that tends to be great in close quarters combat and can rack up battle points like no other. Plus, the whole they can also help your team. But who cares about that, because battle points, right? So, today to help you get better at playing the Officer, I'm going to go over guns, abilities, loadouts, and some more tips. Of course, if you already know about all the guns or star cards and just want to skip ahead, you can easily do that by looking at the timestamps. One last thing, if you enjoy this video, then please leave a like, and if you want to see more of these videos, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. But now, getting into the video. The Officer has by far the worst depth of weapons of all the classes. They all act similarly, but one has much better stats than the others. This is the same situation with the Heavy, where the blasters are all similar, yet with the Heavy's guns, there are multiple good ones to use. The worst of these blasters is the default blaster. It's like all the other default ones for other classes where it can do some good damage, but not enough to compete with any other gun in the game. It does 34 damage to the body and 67 damage to the head, with a drop-off starting at 20 meters. It has a rate of fire of 300 rounds per minute, so definitely some pretty weak stats. Next is the Blurg 1120. This was much better and used to be one of the best weapons in the game, but now it's just average. If you hit all your shots, it's pretty good, but since it's a burst weapon, if you miss some of your burst rounds, then you're automatically going to be in trouble. It shoots in 2-round bursts, but that can go to 4 with mods. It does 30 damage to the body and 60 damage to the head. Along with that, it has a rate of fire of 120 bursts per minute, but another weakness is the drop-off starts at a short 15 meters, meaning you have to be really close to be effective with it. For the mods, I recommend going with reduced recoil and improved burst. The exploding shot really isn't worth it in my opinion. The S5 is the one officer weapon that is actually decent at long range. If you hit your shots, you can now win lots of medium range fights. It does 67 damage to the body and 127 damage to the head, which means you can 2-shot people to the head. This weapon also drops off quickly at 15 meters, but the damage doesn't go down much, so you can still be doing good damage. It has a slow rate of fire of 140 rounds per minute, which is really slow. For the mods, the best one is reduced recoil. After that, you can use dual zoom if you really want to use it at long range, and iron shot if you want to be more efficient at taking down vehicles. Now is by far the best officer weapon, the SE-44C. This weapon is an automatic pistol that absolutely melts. It does 31 damage to the body and 59 damage to the head. It does have another big drop-off starting at 15 meters, and there is quite a big drop-off curve. The fire rate is then a steady 300 rounds per minute. For the mods, you definitely want improved cooling and rapid fire. Rapid fire turns this weapon from good into great. The other mod is night vision, which is completely worthless. The last weapon is the DL-18. It's not great, but you can still do decent. It does 41 damage to the body and 78 damage to the head, meaning you can 2-shot people to the head when you're right next to them. But you have to be right next to them to do good damage because of the big drop-off. It also fires an average rate of 300 rounds per minute. For the mods, I recommend using improved cooling so you can keep firing and repeating mode so you don't have to be constantly pulling the trigger as fast as you can. The Officer is a class with well-rounded abilities. There are lots of good ones that can help you and your team, plus ones for each situation. The default left ability is the Flash Grenade, which is an actually decent grenade and is good for lots of situations. It provides decent cover as you go into enemies and can be the difference between life or death. Plus, if it's a good throw, it can do about 50 damage, making it so that you can actually get kills with it. It pretty much just works by throwing a big grenade, and then that one detonates into a bunch of small grenades, which blur the enemy screens. It used to be a true flashbang, but then they changed it because it was really annoying. The replacements are an improved flash grenade, homing shot, which fires a missile that locks onto people. I've used this ability maybe twice before because it absolutely sucks. It's only once in a blue moon that you actually see someone use this, much less get killed by. The last one is Disruption, which is a much better ability that overheats enemy blasters, making it impossible for them to fire at you for a few seconds. The middle ability is Battle Command, which when activated gives health to allies around you. There's not much to say about that, you can just activate it before you can go into enemies and your teammates will be much better off. But with improved Battle Command, you also get buffed, making it so that you're also much better off. The other replacements are Recharge Command, which recharges you and your allies' abilities instantly, and Blast Command, which gives you and your allies unlimited firing for a short period of time. This one's not nearly as good as the other since you don't get as many points and it's not that useful. The right ability is Blaster Turret. This puts down a turret that will lock on and shoot at enemies that go in front of it. It does a good amount of damage with its shots and has a large lock-on radius. This ability is great for objectives and you can rack up a lot of points with it. Improved Blaster Turret then gives it more health, making it harder to destroy, and a decreased recharge time. The replacements are Squad Shield, which shuts down a shield that blocks all blaster fire and grenades, and Diffuser, which when activated will defuse all grenades that come by you, making you a lot safer in those grenade spammy spots. I mainly only ever use one loadout. That's my Battlepoint loadout, but the officer does have other star cards that can be good. So if you're not interested in getting the hero, then try one of these other loadouts which can help you improve a lot. My first loadout is my personal / Battlepoints loadout. The first card is Recharge Command. This is the main ability that allows you to rack up points since you get so many points for buffing others. Along with that, you also get some points for kill assist by people who are hit with this ability. You can also use Improved Battle Command, which will help you and your teammates more, but it has a much longer recharge and the effects of it wear off much quicker, so you won't be able to get overall as much points. Next is Officer's Presence. This card also helps your teammates a lot since it lets their health regenerate quicker, making you get points for that, so you can actually rack up a significant amount of points with this card. The last card is then Bounty Hunter, since that just means you earn increased battle points. Next is my supportive loadout, which is made to use the officer how they're really meant to be used, as the support class. The first card is Improved Battle Command, since it makes you and your teammates much harder to kill, and is super useful around objectives. Next is Officer's Presence again, since your teammates will have their health back quicker. Last is either Squad Shield or Diffuser. Squad Shield can be very useful in certain situations, but can also hurt. So mainly you want to use it while attacking since you can give your team a chance to set up. Otherwise it helps the other team more than you. You can also use Diffuser when not using Squad Shield, as that disarms explosives and can be really useful around objective areas for your team. The last loadout is an aggressive loadout that will allow you to be up on the front lines and winning every battle, but you won't be getting as many battle points or helping your teammate as much. The first card is Disruption. If you use this around an enemy, it means it's an automatic win since it overheats their blaster, allowing you to go right into enemies and have them not be able to attack you. Next is Bodyguard. This gives you damage reduction when at low health, which can save your life a lot in those close battles. The last one is Improved Battle Command, since the extra health makes you unkillable by other infantry. If you combine these three abilities together, you will be able to take down reinforcements. Finally, I have 2 extra tips to go over that really summarize how you want to play the officer. My first tip is to always be as close to the front lines as possible. This seems simple, but you can easily find yourself at objectives hanging around, which is okay for every other character, but not the officer. So be as aggressive as you can and make the most of your abilities that help yourself or your team. My other tip is to stick with your teammates so you can rack up battle points. If you want to be getting that hero first, then you will get more points when you're next to your teammate. Don't go rogue and try to take out enemies in a spot by yourself, because you'll be losing out on lots of battle points. Along with that, officers can really make a difference for your team, so make sure to make yourself useful. Now thanks for watching this video, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and now you know how to play the officer just a little bit better. I'll see you next time, bye.